Before you begin listening to Hamlet, you should have completed pages 5 through 9 in your student activity book. While you are reading, make a list of all the people who die in the story and tell how each one dies. Now turn to page 7 of Hamlet and begin reading along with the cassette.
Once long ago, King Fortinbras of Norway fought a battle with King Hamlet of Denmark. The winner, they agreed, would become owner of all the other king's riches. In the battle, King Hamlet killed Fortinbras. The dead king's lands were then given to Denmark. But soon, King Hamlet himself died. Many gathered at his funeral. The king's brother, Claudius, became the new king. A month later, he married Hamlet's mother. Then strange things began to happen. At midnight, at the changing of the guard...
I am here to take my turn, Francisco. Has your guard duty been peaceful?
Hello, my friend. Has that thing appeared again tonight?
I haven't seen anything.
Horatio doesn't believe us, but if it comes again, he will see it.
It won't appear.
But we've seen it twice. Last night, just when that star was high.
Look, it comes again.
It looks just like the dead king.
Speak to it, Horatio.
It does look like the king. What are you, spirit? Speak to us.
But the figure left without saying a word.
It's gone.
Wait! Speak! I order you.
Well, Horatio, did we imagine this?
No, I saw it too. And it does look like the old king. He wore the same armor he fought in against Fortinbras. I'm afraid it is a warning of something bad for our country.
Why do you say that? And why is the country preparing for war?
I'll tell you. You remember that our now dead king once killed the old King Fortinbras in battle? They had agreed that the winner could take all of the loser's lands. Now the son, young Fortinbras, has gathered an unlawful army. They say he means to take back from us the lands his father lost. We must prepare to fight if he attacks us.
And that may be why King Hamlet's ghost has appeared to us.
Suddenly, the ghost returned. Horatio made up his mind that it would speak to him.
Speak, spirit, if I can help you, or if you can warn us of danger to our country, or if you can tell us of a treasure you once buried. Speak!
Suddenly, they heard a cock crow. It was dawn.
Stay and speak. Stop it, Marcellus.
I'll hit it with my sword.
It's gone.
The ghost had indeed disappeared, for spirits could not face daylight.
Keep silent about this, both of you. I will tell Prince Hamlet. If the ghost does talk, it will be to him.
I know where we can find him.
That morning, the court gathered to hear a speech by King Claudius. Thank you for attending the funeral of my brother, the late king. Thank you, too, for being here when I married my brother's lovely widow. Such quick action was necessary to keep the country strong. Then Claudius turned to Laertes, the son of Polonius, the king's advisor. And now, Laertes, what can I do for you?
I returned here for King Hamlet's funeral. Now I ask to return to my studies in France.
If your father agrees, you may go.
I do, sir. Thank you.
Prince Hamlet, son of the dead king, had also returned home from his studies abroad. Claudius turned to him. And now, Hamlet, what troubles you?
My father's death.
We must all die someday, just as your father did. Must you seem so sad?
I am sad, Mother. It is deep inside me.
But all of us must lose our fathers to death, and someday you will be the king.
Denmark needs you. Please don't ask to leave us.
I will obey you and stay here, Mother.
You should now be on page 16.
The court session ended. Everyone left, but Hamlet.
He was so good a king, so loving to my mother. And yet, within a month, she married my uncle. My heart breaks, but I must keep silent.
Greetings, Prince Hamlet.
Greetings, Horatio! But why are you in Elsinore?
I came home for your father's funeral.
Don't you mean my mother's wedding?
That too, sir. It happened soon afterward. But the good king, your father, I think I saw him last night.
You saw him? Tell me what you mean.
Horatio told Hamlet of the ghost and how he had tried to make it speak. Greatly excited, Hamlet planned to go and see it for himself. Meanwhile, Laertes, who had just come from seeing the king, sat and talked with his sister, Ophelia.
Before I leave again for France, dear sister, I must warn you. Prince Hamlet seems to admire you.
And if it is so?
Stay away from him, Ophelia. He is a prince, and he must marry for politics, not love.
I'll remember.
Just then, Polonius arrived to say goodbye.
Farewell, my son. Remember everything I told you.
I will, Father. And Ophelia, remember what I said about Hamlet.
Laertes left, and Polonius turned to his daughter.
Prince Hamlet, I hear you've been spending much time with him.
But, Father, he has spoken to me of love.
He doesn't mean what he says. Do not believe him or see him alone.
I shall obey, Father.
Meanwhile, Hamlet waited anxiously for night, thinking about the ghost. When it was dark, he and his friends met on the castle ramparts.
It is very cold tonight.
What time is it?
It has just struck 12.
Suddenly, the spirit appeared.
Look, it comes.
Hamlet? King? Father? Speak to me.
It wants you to go away with it.
Don't go.
It may be an evil spirit that will drive you mad.
I'm not afraid. I'll follow it.
The ghost led Hamlet to another part of the wall.
Speak, poor ghost.
I am your father's spirit. If ever you loved me, you must kill the evil one who murdered me.
Murdered? Oh, no.
They said I was bitten by a snake as I slept in my orchard. That is not so. The snake who took my life now wears my crown.
I knew it. My uncle.
While I took a nap, my brother poured a deadly poison into my ear. My life, my crown, my queen were all stolen from me at once.
How horrible.
You must not stand for it. You must get even with him.
Yes, I will.
But don't harm your mother. Her conscience will punish her enough. Goodbye, my son. Remember me.
I swear it. I will think of nothing but revenge.
Prince Hamlet?
Are you all right?
Yes, of course. It was an honest ghost. But you must do something for me, friends. You must never tell anyone what you have seen tonight. Swear it on my sword.
Yes, we will. We swear it.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than you can ever know. No matter how odd I may seem, don't tell anyone about tonight. Now come, let's leave together.
Weeks passed, and Hamlet was becoming very strange. Some said he was mad. Then, one day...
Ophelia, what's the matter?
Oh, Father, I was so frightened. I was sewing. Prince Hamlet rushed into my room. His clothes were rumpled. His face was as white as his shirt. He held me by the arm and looked into my eyes for a long time. Then he sighed so sadly.
Perhaps this madness is caused by his love for you. Have you spoken harshly to him lately?
I have returned his letters and refused to see him, as you told me to do.
So I did. I had forgotten. Perhaps I was wrong. We must go to the king and tell him of this.
During this time, King Claudius and Queen Gertrude had been very worried about Hamlet. They sent for two of his old friends. Welcome, good Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Thanks for returning to Denmark.
My son thinks highly of you. I hope you can help to cheer him up.
Perhaps you can learn what troubles him.
We are here to serve you.
We'll do as you ask.
Just as Rosencrantz and Guildenstern left to find Hamlet, Polonius entered.
My king, I think I have found the cause of Hamlet's madness.
That is good news. Tell us quickly.
I believe it is caused by his father's death, and by our marriage so soon afterward.
Oh no, madam. It is his love for my daughter. In this letter, he calls her his most beautiful Ophelia. He says he cannot write good love poems, but she must believe he loves her anyway.
Hamlet said that to Ophelia.
How did she answer him?
Alas, sir, she did what I told her to do. She refused to see him.
You should now be on page 26.
You think this is the trouble?
It could be.
We can find out if it is so. I have a plan. Sometimes Hamlet walks here alone for hours. I will send Ophelia to him. Then the king and I will hide behind the curtain. That way, we will learn whether he loves her or not.
We'll try it. Meanwhile, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern had found Hamlet.
Prince Hamlet.
My dear prince.
My good friends, what brings you to Denmark?
To visit you, dear sir. Nothing else.
Was it your own idea? Weren't you sent for?
What can we say?
If I am your friend, tell me the truth.
My prince, we were sent for.
I know. The king and queen called you here. I have lost all pleasure in life. Perhaps I am mad.
No, you're not mad. And something will please you soon, friend. A group of actors is coming here. They are the same ones you saw and enjoyed with us in the city.
Here are the actors now.
Welcome, good friends. We will see a play tomorrow. Can you do The Murder of Gonzago?
Yes, sir.
And could you learn a speech of a dozen or so lines and put it into the play?
Yes, of course.
We'll see it tomorrow. Good friends all, you are welcome.
Alone, Hamlet talked to himself.
I have waited and worried. I was afraid to act, afraid I was wrong. But now I'll have these actors play a murder like my father's. If my uncle so much as turns pale, I will know he is guilty, and then I will kill him.
While Hamlet had been talking to the actors, Polonius and the king carried out their plan with Ophelia.
Yes, Father.
Walk here, Ophelia, reading this book, and meet Hamlet as if by accident. The king and I will hide here and listen. Quick, Hamlet is coming.
Life is sad. If death is like sleep, it might be better to die. Ah, the fair Ophelia.
Yes, my prince. I have things you gave me that I wish to return to you.
Not I. I gave you nothing.
You did. And beautiful words as well. But words mean nothing when the giver proves unkind.
Huh? Are you honest? Are you beautiful?
I don't know what you mean.
A beautiful woman changes truth to lies. I loved you once.
Indeed, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I love you not. Go, enter a nunnery. Why should you have children who grow up to become sinners? If you must marry, marry a fool. Wise men know too well what monsters you women make of them. With your painted faces and your sweet talk and acting, it has driven me mad. I say we must have no more marriages. Go to a nunnery.
After this outburst, Hamlet left the room. The king and Polonius came out from their hiding place.
How sad to see his noble mind so ruined.
It is not love for her that's wrong, nor is it madness. There is something in his mind, something he broods over. It could mean danger. He must be watched. I'll send him to England to collect the money they owe us.
Yes, sir, but first, let his mother try to find out his troubles. She can talk to him after the play, and I will hide myself where I can hear what they're saying.
Very well. Meanwhile, the time for the play drew near. Hamlet spoke with the leading actor.
Speak these lines as I've told you. Neither too strong nor too tame.
Yes, sir.
Then he called Horatio aside.
One scene in the play is like what I believe about my father's death. Watch my uncle. See what he does.
I will, sir.
If he does not show his guilt, then it was a false ghost we saw, and I am wrong. Here he comes. Find a place.
Come, dear Hamlet, and sit by me.
No, Mother. Here's someone prettier. Lady, Shall I lie in your lap?
No, sir.
I mean, may I rest my head upon your lap?
Yes, sir. You seem very happy tonight.
What else should a man be? Look at my cheerful mother, and my father dead only 2 hours.
Oh, no, sir. He has been dead 4 months.
And still not forgotten? Then there's hope that a great man might be remembered for half a year.
Soon, the play began.
Long have we been married and loved each other. Now I am old and ill.
My fear for you is as great as my love.
You see, it is a king and queen.
I will die soon, my dear. My hope is that you will find a second husband when I am gone.
I will have no second husband. To love another would be to kill you twice.
You think that now, but our feelings change with time.
If, once a widow, I become a wife again, let me be jailed without food or light or hope.
I am tired. Leave me, my dear, and I will nap a while.
Sweet dreams, and let nothing come between us.
The actor queen left. Then, as the actor king slept, another figure crept onto the stage.
This is Lucianus, the nephew of the king.
This poison will quickly end his life.
The nephew poisons him to inherit his riches. You will soon see how the murderer wins the love of the old king's wife.
Suddenly, there was a disturbance.
Look, King Claudius is on his feet.
What? He's frightened.
Stop all this! Give me some light! I must get away!
Stop the play.
The play was ended. Soon, everyone had left the hall, except Hamlet and Horatio.
I'll take the ghost's word for it, Horatio. Did you see?
I saw very well what happened when there was talk of poisoning.
At this moment, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern entered the hall.
Sir, the king is in his room. He is very angry and sick.
Then call his doctor.
Your mother is most worried and sends me to get you.
Of course I will obey my mother.
As Hamlet was about to leave, Polonius walked up to him.
My lord, the queen would speak with you at once.
I will go. You may leave, friends.
Alone, Hamlet talked to himself.
I will go to see her. Be cruel, speak daggers, but not use them.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern went immediately to the king.
Hamlet is dangerous. I will send him to England with you at once.
We will go quickly.
Just then, Polonius came in.
Hamlet is on his way to his mother. I will hide behind a curtain and listen, and tell you at once what I learn.
Thank you. After this, Claudius was left alone. I have murdered my brother. Can I ask heaven to forgive me? But I want to keep the crown, the kingdom, the queen. How can I ask to be forgiven?
Stop your recorder and turn the cassette over to complete the story. Open your book to page 40 for the continuation of Hamlet.
I can kill him now, while he prays. That would send his soul to heaven. I want to kill him as he sins and send him to hell.
Soon, Hamlet reached his mother's room.
Mother? Mother?
Tell him you can no longer protect him from the king's anger at his tricks.
Yes. Now hide quickly. Here she comes.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, you have made your father very angry.
Mother, you have made my father very angry.
Don't talk foolishly, Hamlet.
Better foolishly than wickedly, as you do, Mother.
My son, have you forgotten who I am?
You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and alas, my mother too.
I must bring someone here who can talk to you.
No, you shall not move. Not until I show you how you really look, what you really are.
What will you do? Murder me? Help! Help!
Help! Help the queen!
What's that? A rat? A dead rat now, I'll bet on it.
Ah! He's killed me.
Oh, what have you done?
I don't know. Did I kill the king? Goodbye, poor fool. I thought you were your master.
What have I done to make you act this way?
Look at my noble father. Hardly was he dead when you married this man. His brother, a murderer.
Oh, Hamlet, stop! You make me think about what I have done, and it disturbs me greatly.
Open your eyes. Look at your husband. He is weak and bad.
Stop! Let me hear no more.
Then we will talk of something else. I am being sent to England with 2 old friends. They carry sealed orders.
Yes, I had forgotten.
I think they plan trouble for me, but I will turn it around and trouble them. Good night, Mother.
Sadly, the queen went to Claudius and told him of Polonius's death. Not long afterward, Hamlet arrived.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven? Or perhaps the other place.
Hamlet, this deed means that we must send you away quickly for your own safety.
To England?
Yes. The ship is ready. Your friends have sealed orders. Everything is done.
Good. We sail for England.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern followed Hamlet out. Queen Gertrude returned to her room. Left alone, the king rejoiced.
By my secret orders, the English will put Hamlet to death. Then I will be safe.
While all these things were taking place, peace had been made with Norway. Young Fortinbras had agreed not to fight against Denmark. In return, he was allowed to lead his army across Danish territory. And so it happened that as Hamlet went to his ship, he came upon some soldiers.
What army is this?
It is led by Fortinbras, nephew of the King of Norway. He is going to fight against Poland to win back some land lost by his father. The land is not worth much, but his fight will be a matter of honor.
This is what a son should do, how a son should act. While I think and worry, my father's killer still lives. From now on, my thoughts will be only of revenge.
You should now be on page 46.
Hamlet sailed for England. But meanwhile, since her father's death, Ophelia had changed. When she spoke, she made no sense. The members of the court were sure she was insane. One day,
Lady Ophelia wishes to see you.
I won't speak with her.
She is half mad. She speaks of her father.
Tell her to come in.
Ophelia entered with a song.
He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf. At his heels a stone. Dear Ophelia.
At this moment, the king entered.
Alas, look here, my king.
How long has she been like this?
I hope all will be well, but I weep to think they put him in the cold ground. I must tell my brother. I thank you. Come, get me my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies.
Follow her and watch her closely.
Yes, sir.
Alone with the queen, Claudius spoke.
We have so many troubles, Gertrude. Ophelia's father killed, your son to blame. People are whispering bad things. Laertes has returned secretly from France. He is listening to gossip about his father's death.
Suddenly,
Save yourself, sir. Laertes, at the head of a mob, has overpowered your guards.
Laertes shall be king! We choose Laertes!
Evil king? Where is my father?
Dead.
But the king did not kill him. Be calm, Laertes.
at this moment, Ophelia appeared.
Dear sister, sweet Ophelia.
Here's some rosemary. That's to make you remember. There's a daisy. I would give you violets, but they're all withered when my father died.
Do you see this? I will have revenge.
I grieve for your father too, and you shall have revenge. Come with me. Listen to my story. You will hear whose fault it is.
Very well. I will listen.
Meanwhile, in another part of the castle, some sailors from another country were brought to Horatio. They carried messages from Hamlet.
Hamlet's ship was attacked by pirates. He was captured. The others sailed on for England.
You are to send these other letters to the king.
And Prince Hamlet waits for you on the coast of Denmark.
Horatio sent Hamlet's letters to King Claudius. Then, he hurried with the sailors to find his friend. Meanwhile, the king was speaking with Laertes.
So you see, it was Hamlet who killed your father. And he thought he was killing me.
But why? Haven't you punished him?
His mother loves him very much, and I love her. The people love him too, but I shall tell you more later, and I think you will be satisfied.
As Claudius said this, a messenger entered bringing Hamlet's letters.
The letters say that Hamlet is still alive. He is in Denmark and asks me to see him.
Then I will accuse him of my father's murder face to face.
I have a plan. He will die, and not even his mother can blame me for it.
As long as I may be the one to do it.
We have heard reports that in France you became an expert swordsman.
And what of that?
When Hamlet heard it, he wanted to try his skill against yours. We'll arrange a practice match.
Yes.
The practice swords will not be sharp, but Hamlet is so honest and trusting that he will not look closely. You will pick up a sharp sword and use it.
I'll do it. And I'll put poison on my sword. Even a scratch from it will kill him.
Good. And just to be sure he dies, I will have a poisoned drink ready. When Hamlet is thirsty, he will drink from the fatal cup.
Wait. Who's there?
One dreadful thing after another. Your sister, Laertes. She is drowned.
What? Drowned? Where?
She took some flowers to a spot where a willow branch slants across a stream. She climbed the branch to hang her flowers on it. The branch broke.
My poor Ophelia.
She floated for a while, singing songs. And then she sank.
I must leave. I will weep for her in private.
We must follow him. Who knows what he will do now? While Queen Gertrude had been explaining Ophelia's death, Horatio had gone to meet Hamlet on the beach. As they returned together, they came to a churchyard.
Whose grave are you digging?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she is dead.
Look, the king, the queen. Whose body do they bury? Let us hide and watch.
Farewell. I had hoped to scatter flowers at your wedding to Hamlet, not on your grave.
They're burying Ophelia!
Suddenly, Laertes leapt into the grave.
Wait. Stop your work until I have held her in my arms once more. Go ahead now. Bury us both together.
At this, Hamlet came forward and leapt into the grave with Laertes.
Laertes brags of his sorrow. This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
Hearing these words from his enemy, Laertes attacked him.
Let go of me, Laertes. I don't want to hurt you.
Hamlet! Hamlet!
Stop them!
Why do you treat me so? I've always liked you, Laertes.
He is mad!
A fit will come on him sometimes, but afterward he is gentle as a dove.
None of this matters anyway. Come, Horatio.
Be calm, Laertes. Our plan will work out. Back at the castle, Hamlet told Horatio what had happened to him.
Secretly, I read the sealed orders carried by Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. King Claudius commanded the English to cut off my head.
What?
You should now be on page 56.
I rewrote the orders so that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern should be killed instead. Then I resealed the orders, and the rest you...
Yes, it was in your letter. The pirates, the sea fight, and your escape.
Just then, a servant entered.
My prince, I have a message from the king.
Tell me what it is.
Laertes is said to be a most skillful fighter with a sword.
I know.
But the king thinks you are just as skillful, and he has made a bet. 6 fine horses against 6 French daggers that you can fight as well as Laertes does.
I will fight him. Here.
I will tell the king.
Within a few minutes, the members of the court had arrived to see the practice match. Come, Hamlet, and take Laertes' hand.
I ask your pardon, Laertes. If I've ever wronged you, I never meant to do it.
I will forgive you when my honor is satisfied.
Come, we will play to win this bet. Give me a practice sword.
And one for me.
This will do. They are all the same length?
Yes, sir.
This is too heavy. Give me another.
The test of fencing skill began.
A hit.
Well done, Hamlet. Here is some wine for you, with a pearl in it.
I'll fight this next part first. Put it aside.
The Queen drinks to you, Hamlet.
Gertrude, don't drink from that cup. It is the poison cup. It is too late.
Another hit, Laertes.
Suddenly, Laertes lunged and wounded Hamlet with his sharp sword.
I'll hit him now!
At once, Hamlet knocked Laertes' sword from his hand. Each fighter picked up the other's sword, and they fought on.
Both men are bleeding. How is that?
The Queen faints at the sight of blood.
No, no. Drink, Hamlet. I am poisoned.
And I will die, hit with my own sword.
Lock the doors. We'll find out what is happening here.
This sword is poisoned, Hamlet. You will be dead in half an hour, and I as well. Your mother's poisoned. The king's to blame.
This is a poisoned sword, and I must use it. Help! Help! And here, you murderer, drink this. Follow my mother.
I will drink and die with you.
No, Horatio. If you are my friend, stay alive and tell this story.
Suddenly, from outside, there were drum beats and shots.
What warlike noise is that?
Young Fortinbras has come with his army from Poland.
I'm dying, Horatio. Fortinbras has my vote to become King of Denmark.
His noble heart has stopped. Good night, sweet prince. May flights of angels sing you to your rest.
Fortinbras entered the hall.
So many princes dead. So many bodies. What does this mean?
Put the bodies high on a stage, and I will tell the world how these things happened. The bloody acts, the wrong judgments, the mistaken purposes.
Take up the bodies. Let 4 captains carry Hamlet. Had he lived, he would have been a great king.
Now that you have read the story, complete pages 10 through 16 in your student activity book.